Hi guys, welcome back to my next video. So here we are discussing about the JavaScript. Recently in the previous classes up to now, we discussed about the only HTML and CSS, and we discussed how to create tables and how to use the HTML and how to use CSS and so on many more things. So that we discussed the HTML and CSS. The HTML and CSS is the one part of the front end series. There are two parts. In front end series, there are two parts. What are they? There are three languages you must and should learn. First of all, HTML and CSS, you need to be learned. Okay. And now, when we compare to JavaScript, the JavaScript is the most important thing when we compare to the HTML and CSS. It will provide the functions, it will provide the operations what should be performed. It will perform the functions, operations, and many more. And it will give the conditions to the HTML and CSS in the website. Okay. See, now we are discussing about the JavaScript fundamentals for beginners. Okay, presented by Ashenvali. Yeah, we are learning now. Let's go it. See, let's discuss what we are going to learn today. Okay, we cover variables. Wait a minute. Yeah, we cover variables, data types, operators, conditions, loops, and functions, array, and objects. Okay, we are going to discuss the variables, data types, operators, conditional loops, functions, arrays, and objects. We are going to discuss these seven topics in this session. In the next session, we deep dive into the JavaScript. Okay, yeah. Next, here the big picture. What is JavaScript? First of all, we need to understand what the JavaScript is and what the JavaScript do. See, let's example. Think of a website as a house. Okay, let's think a website as a house. Okay, HTML builds the walls and rooms as we discussed in the previous videos. We taken examples of blood. Sorry, we taken the examples of bones and muscles and body. Okay, in that same way, here we are discussing. We are taking an example of house. Okay, the HTML builds the walls and rooms. Okay, the CSS paints and decorates. Okay, the JavaScript is the electricity. The JavaScript is the electricity here. Okay, here they clearly mentioned the JavaScript is like a electricity. It makes everything works. Without electricity, the house will not be so good. Okay, in that same way, it makes everything work. Without JavaScript, your website, sorry, without JavaScript, your website looks great, but can't do anything. See, if we take a house or okay, let's think we buy a bike for our purpose, for our personal purpose or traveling purpose. Okay, we take a bike. If the bike have good, what we say, good attire and it will not work, what will be the use of buying that? What I'm simply saying is, if you buy a bike, you should use it should work for you. If it is not working, then what should you do by buying that? In that same way, without JavaScript, the website looks great, but it can't do anything. When it can't do anything, what's the use of the website? Okay, with the website, you can use or you can create clicks, animations, form validations, and live updates. That's all happen by using the JavaScript. Okay, we all discussed here HTML like a structure and content, and CSS is like a styling and designing, and the JavaScript is like a functionality and logic. it maintains the functionality, it creates the functionality and logic here. Okay, yeah. Next, see, why should we learn JavaScript? Why should not we skip this language? Instead of this, we will only learn the HTML and CSS. Why should we learn? Why it matters? See, let's see why it matters too. Okay, the JavaScript. Wait a minute. Yeah, here the JavaScript is a most popular programming language. What is it? The JavaScript is the most popular programming language in the world. What is we discussing here? Most popular language. Okay, it runs in a every modern browsers. Powers the front end. Sorry, powers the front end. Nearly every website you visit. Here the another point is the JavaScript uh, runs in the every modern browser, powers the front end of nearly every website. Okay, every website will use the JavaScript for the purposes. Okay, and it is the foundation of the frameworks like React, Vue. Yeah, let me highlight it. React, Vue, and Angular. See, here you are thinking that what is React, what is Vue? See, here the React, Vue, Angular are also a programming languages which is dependent on the JavaScript. Okay, which is dependent on the JavaScript. It is a foundation of frameworks. Okay, let's see. It is a foundation of frameworks. Learning the JavaScript opens the door to frontend and backend and mobile development also. See, here what is the use of the JavaScript learning? It will open the door to front end, back end, and also a mobile development also. See, in the front end, back end, and also a mobile development industry also uses the JavaScript. That much important is have in the industry. Okay, 98 percentage of the 98% of the websites use it. Okay, nearly every website in the market, sorry, every website on the internet runs the JavaScript. Okay, see here the number one most used language. Okay, next, top ranked on GitHub Stack Overview flow service flow. In the same way, here what is the why the JavaScript is so important? It has the 3x, three times higher demanded than the other languages. Okay, the JavaScript developers are in high demand across the industry. In every industry, the JavaScript developers are higher demand. The JavaScript developers has higher demand. Okay, in the same way, it is a number one foundation for React. See, when we using the front end, we use the frameworks. Okay, like React, like Vue, Angular, like that. We use any one of the framework. Okay, in the front end. See, mostly we use React in the front end. Okay, it is the number one first foundation. It is a number one foundation for React. Okay, master. Let's see, master the JavaScript first. When tackle modern front, then tackle the modern frameworks. Okay, what we are, what this is saying here? It is saying master the JavaScript first. Master the JavaScript first. Then tackle the modern framework. Okay, first whatever frameworks you want to learn, firstly you need to learn the JavaScript, then you can master the frameworks. Okay, next, yeah, let's go to the topic. Here in the chapter 1 we are going to discuss the chapter 1 we are going to discuss the variables and data types. Variables and data types, we all know what the variable is. Variable is like a labeled box where you store information. Okay, let's see, let's take an example. This is the box. Okay, let's take this is the box. Here the some of the information stored in this box. This box is known as a variable. This box is known as the variable. Okay. Here, this box is known as the variable. And why? Because why it is known as the variable? Because it stores some of the information inside it. Okay. Then it is known as the variable. You give it a name, put a value inside, and retrieve. Yeah, put a value inside, retrieve it whenever you need. In modern JavaScript, we use let and const to declare variables. Okay. See, I already tell you, we can put a value inside or retrieve it, and we can also give it a name. Okay. In the modern JavaScript, we use let or const. Simply, it means let or const means it will create a variable. Okay. It will create a variable. See, let's go to the example here. Okay. Here, let's take this example as here let. Here let means what? Creates a variable. Okay. Variable. Yeah. It creates a variable. Here city. What is meant by city here? Variable name. City means variable name. Okay. And also the Hyderabad information. The Hyderabad is stored in the variable name called city. See, let's understand one thing. See, here there are three things. What are there? First one, what are the first one? Yeah, what are the first one here? Let, city, Hyderabad. There are three words. First, let's understand what the word meaning. Okay, what the word do in the JavaScript. See, here let means what? It is a creating a variable name. It is a creating a variable. Okay. Here city, it is city is the name of the variable. Okay. City is the name of the variable. Here let creating a variable named city. Okay. And also in that city, the Hyderabad name, the Hyderabad data is stored. Okay, the Hyderabad information is stored in the variable name called city. In that same way, the let age. Here, this is a Hyderabad is a string collection of characters. The Hyderabad is a collection of characters. In that same way, the another one is there. Let age. Yeah, let age equal to 20 and let name equal to Ashenvali. Let each student is equal to true. Here, there are different data types. Until now, I am discussing about the variables. Now, I am going to discuss about the data types. What are the data types? There are five core data types we need to discuss now. Okay. What are they? The string, the number, the boolean, and the array and the object. The first one, string. String is nothing but a collection of characters. And the second one, the number. The number have two types. It may be a integer or it may be a decimal. Simply, the integer means a number, a particular number which doesn't having any minus or decimal points after the number. Okay, when it have a decimal point in the number, then it is known as the decimals. Okay, like this. Here it is a 20. It is a number. It is a integer. Sorry, the number 20. It is a integer. Why? Because it doesn't having any decimal point in it. When we go to the another one, 3.14. It is a sorry. It is a decimal point. Decimal number. Sorry, it is a decimal number. Why? Because it having the decimal in the number. Okay. Next, when we go to the boolean, simply the boolean is nothing but a it might be a true or it may be false. Then the only true or false will be the output of the boolean data type. Okay. Next, array. What is meant by array? The array has ordered or unordered list. See, let's here we take an example of ordered list. Simply we can say, right, we can understand or we can let's see, we can understand that it is a array or it is a object. We can identify easily. The shortcut is for sorry. The simple method to identify the array and objects. There is a single difference between the array and object. In the array, we are using the square brackets like this. Here you can see. Yeah, here you can see the array have a square brackets, and in that the more than one word. What we are saying, more than one word or one name is there. Okay, then it is known as the array. Array is nothing but a collection of string. Simply we can understand like that. Not only a string, it may be a the number also. Okay. Simply understand one thing. It is indicated or it is identified by when it have a square bracket. And also in the double quotations, it should be in the double quotations, and the double quotations are different. Sorry, between the two words the comma is placed. Why? Because we are using the array, it having the multiple names or multiple numbers, so that we need to identify as a separate names or separate number. To identify like that, we use comma in the middle of that. Okay. Yeah, next we go to the object. See, there is the single difference between the array and object. Okay, when we go to the object, there will be the curly braces. There will be the curly braces. See, here it is a square bracket, here it is a curly braces. Okay, in that between, see, you can see here one opening braces and closing braces, like that. We can differentiate the array and object. Okay, understand? Variables and data types. Any doubt? Yeah. Next. Next, we are going to discuss operators and conditions. Operators. The operator is nothing but a mathematical calculation. The mathematical calculation which is done in the programming languages, which is known as the operators. Sorry, the mathematical calculations is known as the operations, and we use operators to perform the operations. What is meant by operators and what is meant by operations? Here you can understand, you can remember that there is a two different words. Operators is a different word and operations is a different word. When we go to the operators, here we can see that there is a symbol like plus symbol. This is the operator. This is the operator. And when we go to the next one, it is a minus, multiplication, division, like that. It is known as the operators. The symbol used to perform an sorry. The symbol used to perform operations is known as operators. What is meant by operations? The symbols used to perform a operations is known as operators. Now, what is meant by operators? Sorry, what is meant by operations? Okay, when we go to the operations, it is nothing but there is a symbol like adding, subtraction, and multiplying or divisioning or multiplying. See, here the symbol is plus. Plus means addition. It is the operation. Addition is the operation in this line. Okay, the addition is the operation. Now, here next we go to the, here it is a subtraction operation. Now, here it is a multiplication, and here it is a division, and it is a modulus. This is the difference between operators and operations. Okay, you can go back and come again so that you can understand. Okay. Next, see, here I am creating a let a. The a variable name is created. A variable name is created. There is no data in that. Now we are declaring the data is equal to 10. The 10 information or the 10 data is stored in the a variable name. In that same way, the b variable name is created. In that same way, the 5 is declared to store in the b. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Console. See, what is meant by here now? Console.log. See, when we see that like a C programming language or Python, like that, in the Python we use print. In the print, and next we use the braces, and in that, what we need to print variable, what we need to print, that variable name is added. Here, instead of print, we use console.log. Console.log. Okay. Here, console.log. A is declared and B is also declared. See, first of all, before performing any operations, we need to see is the operators, sorry, is the variables are declared or not. I'm just saying that is the variables containing any value or not, or it need to be contain, or you need to be add the variables. Sorry, you need to add the data to the variable if the data is there in the variable names so that we can directly perform the operations. Here, the operators, the addition operator is used. The plus is the addition operator and minus is the subtraction operator, and it is a it is a multiplication operator, and it is a division operator, and it is a modulus operator. In the same way, console.log a plus b, console.log a plus b. Here, the addition operator is used, then the output will be the a is here, the a value is 10, and here the b value is 5. 10 plus 5. What will be the answer? It will be the 15. Here, here is the answer. In that same way, the console.log a minus b, a into b, a divided by b, and a modulus of b. In that same way, the a minus b is 5 and the a into b by a into b equal to 50, like that. The 5 operators are performed. Okay. Here it is the operators. Now we go to the conditions. We use if else conditions. If and else. Here, if and else, we all know we all know how to use the if and else conditions we discussed, or anyway we can learn in the C programming and in also a Python. Here that if and else conditions are used, you all should know how to use. Okay. Here in that same way, the let age is equal to 20, variable name age is created and 20 is declared in that value, and if age is greater than or equal to 18, age is greater than or equal to, if the 8 is greater than 18 equal to, or 18 plus, or 18. See, understand one thing, whether it is 18 plus or 18, you need to understand. Some of them are mistaking that only 18 plus. If there is 18, then also you are printing that not eligible. It's not the correct manner. If there is a age is greater than or equal to, you should remember these symbols, greater than or equal to. If there are both two symbols, then you should see. If there is only greater than, then the only 18 plus is printed. Then there is two symbols here, or the age will be, let's example we can take age will be 18 here, then it will be, when we have both symbols, the output will be the eligible. Why? Because the age is equal to 18. No, that's why. If there is age is less than 18, let's think it is a 15. then it is not eligible. Okay, understand? Yeah. In that same way, the even or not, the even or odd. Let number equal to 7. So, so here we are using if num is modulus of 2 or equal to 2 and equal to 2. Okay, the number is modulus of 2. See here the 7 is modulus of 2. The 7 is modulus of 2. Then it is equal to 0. See, let's take an example 7. The 7 is modulus of 2. The 7, sorry, wait a minute. Yeah, 7. If the 7 is modulus of 2, then 2 3 ja 6. Okay, here it is 1 and here is a point, then it is 0. Now 3 5 ja 15. Sorry, 3 5 ja 2 5 ja 2 5 ja 10. So it will be the 0. See, here the no points should be occur. Okay, here, sorry, 0. Then we can see that the 7 is modulus of 2. Then the output will be 3.5. Here it is not dividable, sorry, it is not divided by 2. So it is not a even number. The 7 is a odd number. Okay. So the output will be the odd. Okay. In that same way. Yeah. Next chapter. Yeah. Let's go to the chapter 3. Here we are going to discuss about loops and functions. Here, what is a loop? A loop runs code multiple times automatically instead of writing console.log, console.log, console.log at a 5 times for a loop. Does it for you? Okay. Yeah. Here I need to print 1 to 5 numbers. 1 to 5 numbers. Not only 5, you can print any number of numbers. Okay. Now I need to print 1 to 5 numbers. I don't want to write console.log 1, console.log 2, console.log 3 like that. I can simply write that. I can simply use for loop. Okay. Here I am using the for loop. Yeah. Here I can use for loop. Let I equal to 1. Let's think the let I variable is equal to 1. Okay. Then I is less than or equal to 5. I is less than or equal to 5. Then I double plus. I is less than or equal to 5 means what? If the I is less than 5 or equal to 5, then until the I value comes to the 5 value, until that process, it will going through. And simply what I am saying is, until the I value comes to 5, the loop will be continually printing the values. See, here the first one, console.log I. First of all, I value is printed 1. So, I is less than 5. Again, the for loop will occur. Let I equal here, then I is completed. Here, I double plus. It means it is placing one value to the I value. So, here 1 completed means 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Here 2 value like that. 2 is less than 5 until the process is continuing. If last one here, if there is 4 value, 4. What is my 4? Let I equal to 1. Here, let I equal to 5. I is less than or equal to 5. I double plus. Then the condition, the loop will end. If the loop will end, it will comes outside of the loop. Okay, like that. Until then, the process continues and the output will be printed like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, like this is about loops. Next, functions. A function is named block of code. You can call anytime. Think of it as a recipe. Write it once, use it anywhere. Okay, everywhere. Here, you can understand one thing. It is a block of code. It is a block of code where we can use anytime. It can use anytime by just calling the function name. By just calling the function name. Instead of writing the new name, instead of writing the multiple times as the same name, it will occur a error also. Why? Because the same name, the same function name is coming instead of function. If there is a no, if we sorry, if we not use function, then it will occur error. Why? Because uh, you are creating a name, you are creating a same name multiple times, so that the error will occur. The computer will hallucinate. So to avoid that, we use function. Here, let's understand the syntax. First of all, here is the function. Here is the function. No need to change anything here. Function. Here, greet. It is a name. It's simply like a, let's think it is a let and it is a variable name. You can put anything here. Greet. Not only greet, we can put any name. Okay. See here, greet braces. There is no any values, no parameters in the braces. Okay. Next, then curly braces is open. In that curly braces only console.log hello. This hello is stored in the greet function. Okay. When we use greet, it will print the direct hello. Here we can use like this. We need not to use again function.greet. We just use that greeter. Just call the function name. Here we using the greet. Then the hello will be printed. Function dot add. Next, with parameters. Here there is no parameters. Here we are using the parameters now. Function add a comma b. A comma b, here the a parameter is there and the b parameter also is there. See, let's see, understand one thing. There is no data is stored in the a comma b, a and b. There is no value to the a and b. It's just a letters now. Okay. Then the plus operations. It means the addition operation is there in that function. Okay. Here, while we calling the function name, here we declare the values to the a and b here. Okay. Instead of writing a comma b, we can declare the values directly, like a10 comma 20. This will be stored in the a value 10 and the b value will be 20. Here 10 comma 20 means, here we can see 10 plus 20. 10 plus 20 means 30. The output will be 30. Okay, understand? Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, arrays order list. Array order list. Yeah, the array is nothing but it can store the multiple values in a single variable. Okay, each item has a specific index number. Uh, it starting with 0. Okay, the arrays are perfect for storing lists, movie names, movies names, scores, or anything ordered. Okay, see, let's see an example for that. Let movies. Here, what did I say? In arrays we use the only square braces. Okay, understand? Yeah, we use the square braces like text king, comma is very important between the two different words. Okay, next ring, comma abcd. Okay, we need, so okay, now I want to print king word. You say how to print it. Some of them you can say that console.log movies. When we print movies, then the three words will be printed. When we need to only print one thing, there is an index number for every word in the arrays. Okay, see, here you can see, yeah, index 0, index 1, index 2, index 0, 1, 2. In array, you can simply say, you can simply notate that here the first word will be the 0 index number. The first word index number will be the 0 and the second index number will be the 1 and third index number will be the 2. So I want to call the king. It is the, then we can see what the index number is. The index number of the king is 0. So we can directly call movies in the square braces 0. Then it will print the king in that same way like that. So When I want to know the length, so here we are discussing about the topics in detail so that we are taking only few as a array number, array, okay, examples. In that, when we are going to do any project, we are taking a multiple names, a huge number of names is stored in the arrays. Then when we need to know the length of the array, then we you should use like console.log movies dot length. See dot length. It returns the total number of items present in the array. Okay. Next, looping through an array. We can loop the we can loop here. We can loop the array. Sorry. We can use the arrays in the loops also. See, here is an example. For let I equal to 0. See, I means what? Index number is 0. Then I is less than movies dot length. Here you understand one thing. There is no equal to here. There is no equal to here. So I is less than movies dot length. What is the movies dot length? See, what is the length of the movies variable? Here it is a 3. See, here 3 printed. So here will be the 3. Then I double plus console.log.movies.a. See, here it will print the names until the movies dot length index number is arrived. What is the movies dot length index number 3? Until the 3 index number is arrived, until then it is printing the outputs. Okay, understand? Yeah. Next, objects. Chapter 5. Objects key value pairs. Objects key value pairs. See, object stores the related data about one thing. See, let's understand one thing. What is the objects? Okay, it's an object. Let's say like we store the related information like that. Okay, let's take a book. Let's take an example of book. When we take an examples of book, then the book is stored. Okay, let's example. For example, you assume that you take a book or you buy a book. Inside the book, you write the related your academic related subject notes. Okay, that subject related notes is written inside the your book. So the book will be the object of storing the related information of your subject. Okay, now understand? Yeah, creating an object. Okay, let me in that here there is the same thing but different way. While we are creating the functions, we use let me. We didn't use uh, see when we are using functions, we directly create a variable name and we may or may not be adding the parameters inside. Here, while we are creating object, we create a variable and equal to we are using the we are using the curly braces. Why? Because we are discussing about objects. In that first one, in the first slide only, I said you in the objects or in the arrays, we can understand one thing. When we are using arrays, we use square braces. When we are using objects, then we use only curly braces. Okay. In that curly braces, there is information, two types of information. Sorry, there are two types of information is stored. First one is the name and the second one is the city. In that first one, name Ashenvali and the city Hyderabad is stored. Okay. Now I need to access the city name present inside the object. How can I access? Some of can say like console.log me and in the square braces we use index number like 1. The city index number is 1. See, let's see here one side. When we see here, it is not a array to use the index numbers. It is not array to use the index number here. So we use like a dot city. Simply we can use the variable name present inside the object. Okay. See, here the variable name of the first variable name is name and the second variable name is city. So we can directly use like console.log in the bracket me.name me.city, then we can print like this. Okay, understand? Yeah. Next, go to the array of objects combines arrays and objects to store lists of complex data like a roster. Okay, let's see an example. Array of objects. See, let's see one time here. I'm not only saying the objects, array of object. So here we are using arrays and objects in a same code. Okay. Here, let students. Here, first of all, what did I say? The square braces means it is a array. The curly braces means it is a object. So here first there is a square braces. So it will all be the in the array. Okay, then in the array there is a objects like name Ashenvali and name Rahul. See, here you can see there is both name, the both variables are same word, name and name. When we are using the objects, we should use a different names for as a variables. Why? Because then here we should use the same variable name to call the output. So here when we are using array, it may be any name or it may be same or different. Okay. See, how can we contact? How can we call the output here? I want the like this name. I need first one. I need a name as output, Ashenvali as output my name. Okay. Then we use, what did I say? Arrays means we use the index numbers. So console.log students, the variable name should we use compulsorily. Student in the arrays. What is the first one? It will be the array. Sorry. What will be the its index number? It will be the 0 and its index number is, it will be the what? It will be the 1. So I need this one as output. Then I can use as a 0. So students dot 0 dot name. What did I also said that there is a multiple names. Sorry, there is a multiple information stored in objects. So that here it is only one name. Even though we use a dot name. Why? Because here it is a object. So we use normally. Okay. Like that we can print the name. Okay. Quick revision. What we have discussed here. JavaScript revision, everything covered. We discussed about the variables, let, constant, storing data, how can we store data, and data types, like we discussed about string, numbers, boolean, array, objects, and we also discussed about the operators like plus, minus, into, divided by, and modulus, and also we discussed about conditions, if and else. We also discussed about loops, for loops, repeating actions. Okay, and also we discussed about functions, code blocks with parameters. Okay, and we also discussed about arrays, ordered list or index access. Also we can access the arrays by ordered list, also by also index access, and objects, key values, data structures, like that. Okay, here is the basic information, you can check it out. Yeah, see, first of all, going to the ending of slide, let's discuss, or let's see how the code is written now. Okay, yeah, yeah guys, so now let's see like a practical example. Okay, yeah, first of all, what we have discussed, the variables and data types. Okay, Yeah, variables and data type. So here is the basic example. Okay. Yeah. Here where in the place of where we can use let. Sorry, caps lock. Yeah. Let. Here. Yeah. What will be the output? Wait a minute. See the auto typer. Yeah. See. Now here I created a variable name. Wait a minute. Yeah. See. I created a variable name first name and the name is John. Okay. Now it is a string, so it should be double quote. Wait a minute. Yeah. Now, so console.log first name. So what I say, console.log is nothing but a printing function. Okay. Now when I print first name, in the variable first name contains John. So the output will be John. Okay. Let's see what's the output. See here, you can see that the output is John. The output is John. In the same way, it is in the variable and data type, it is a string. Now let's go to the variables now. Variables and data types. Okay. You understand variables and the data type is a string no. Now let's number. Let's take a numbers. Okay, an example. So this is the examples of number, and to be precise, it is a what we say. To be precise, it is a normal number like a integer. It is a integer and it is a decimal point. Okay. Now let age equal to what is the age? 30 and the height will be 30. Now let height 5.9 on console.log height means it will print the height value. Okay. Now let's see. Let's run one time. Yeah. See here you can see the error. See here you can see the output. The first one is a string as output, John, and the second one is a number. It is an integer, and the 5.9 is a decimal point. In the same way, now it is a boolean. Now, when we see the boolean, here e students is true. E, booleans is nothing but it might be a true or it might be a false. Okay, it is a simple thing. Now, when we run, there will be another output like it is adding the true. Okay, now in the same position. Now, next topic one వచ్చేసి undefined no. I am just discussing about fundamentals, not about deep diving. Okay. Now, after the booleans, I have, yeah, arrays. Now, I just typed that letter. Hobbies is equal to reading, traveling, and coding. See, understand one thing. Arrays are indicated in the square braces, and the arrays containing multiple numbers or multiple words or multiple information in a array. Okay. Now, when I say I want to print hobbies, I want to print all these hobbies. No, so that I can use this. Now the output will print all this. Okay. See, reading, reading, traveling, and read, coding. Okay. In the same way. Yeah. Array. Now, when we go to the objects, see, here it is a simple thing. Okay, let's take on this. Okay, now let person. The object is nothing but it is indicated in the curly braces. Okay, in the curly braces there are three types of information: the name of the person and the age of the person and the student. It is a student. He is a student or not. Okay. Now, when we print console.log person, the all this information is printed. Okay. Now see how the information is printed now. Yeah. See, you can see that here it is showing that name alias and the age 25 and each student first. So that you are wondering like that is why these braces are coming. Okay. This should be removed and it will be removed in the upcoming. topics. So now just understand what's the variable, what is the string, and what is the numbers, how that the numbers look, and how that the decimals, booleans, arrays, objects. Okay, are you understand? Okay. Now next go to the next chapter. So the next chapter is like, what will be the chapter next? What should we discuss now? Okay, objects, variables, and data types, operators. Okay, now discuss about the operators. Let x equal to 10 and let y equal to 10. Let y equal to 5. Let's print all the operators. Okay, I explained how the operations and operators are difference between both of them. Okay, the output will be the same like this. Okay, see, now you can see that here there is a plus. It is means it is a addition operator, and it is a subtraction operator, and it is a multiplication operator, and it is a division operator. Okay, so the output will be the same. Output will be the answer like this. The first one will be the 15, 5, 52. Okay, let's run the output. Yeah, see, here you can see the 15, 5, 52. Okay, it is about the operators. Now, functions. In the functions, I have discussed there is two types of functions. If it include, if it include the parameters, or if it does not include the parameters. The function contains two types. First one, it does not include any parameters in it. Second one, it includes the parameters in it. Here, in this example, you can see that the name parameter is included. Name parameter is included. Even though there is no name, what did we say? Even though there is no value, there is no information stored in that name variable. Okay. Now, let's go to the function greet parameter is name. Okay. Now, in this function, there is return hello. Okay. Now, name means Swiss. This value is not there. In the bottom, we are declaring the name. What will be the name? Okay. Here I am declaring Alice, and last one exclamatory mark. When we run this, the hello in the quotation mark, what will present in the quotation mark double quotes, it will print as it is, doesn't change. Okay. Now here it is printing like hello in the double quotation, so it will print hello, comma. Next, name, what is the name I have declared here? Alice. So Alice is printed in the exclamatory marks in the double quote, so that the double quote is printed. Okay, let's see what's the output. See, here you can see Alice, comma, hello, comma, Alice. Okay, you can understand. Now, now, control structure not important now. Now, next, what is important? Loops. Let's discuss about loops. Now, here I just written a simple code to understand. Okay, here I just indicated this for let I equal to 0. If I equal to 0, then I is less than 5. The loop will continues its process until the I is less than 5. It means I is equal to 4. The I reaches the 4 value until it goes. And the I double plus means is nothing but it iterates plus 1. Okay. Now console.log. Console.log means what? The I value is printed continuously. It means first of all it is I equal to 0. Then I is less than or equal to 5. It checks the I is less than or equal to 5. If it is, then it will print. And after printing, it will plus 1. Add 1, add plus 1 to the I value. And again it follows the loop. It will follows until this condition will fail. If the condition fail, the loop will exit it. Okay. See, now the output will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, okay. See, you can see that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, the next topic. conditional. See, here now I am discussing about here it is a little bit of complex. See and understand what I am saying. Listen carefully. Let numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 numbers in array. Okay. Now here is the loop comes in. For let I equal to 0. If the I is 0, then I is less than number dot length. What is the numbers dot length? What is the length of the numbers? 5. So I is less than 5. It will run until the I is less than 5. It means I equal to 4, then it will exit the loop until it will process and use the output what the output is coming. So let's let's go into it. If numbers I is modulus of 2, then it is equal to 0. Console.log numbers I plus is even. So here what is saying number I is modulus of 2 means it is saying that yeah, it is just like a modulus. It means it takes a reminder on modulus division. Just think it is a modulus division. Okay. When the modulus division is true, then after that it is equal to 0, then it is even. If not, it is a odd. Okay. Next, let's take an object constant. See here, what is mean by object? I said it is indicated in the curly braces. Okay. Now it is indicated in the curly braces. Here the person one equal to, sorry, the person one object in is included like name and age. So here there is two information stored in the person one object. Now let's do it loops. So if person one dot age, I said already to you, if it is a object we should use dot and the object attribute or object variable. Okay. So here it is, since it is a object, we are using dot age. Okay. Person one dot age is greater than or equal to 18. Greater than or equal to 18 means it should be greater than 18, or it might be a 18. If it is 18 is also acceptable, and if there is 18 plus is also acceptable. Okay. Now console.log what will, if the 18 is equal to, if the age is exactly 18, or if the age is above 18, what will we should be print? So console.log person1.name. Person1.name means what should we print? It should print Bob and is adult. Okay. If the age is exactly 18 or the above 18, then it will print Bob is an adult. In the same position, else if not, it will print Bob is a minor. See, so since the age is 20, it will print Bob is an adult. So let's see what's the output come. Wait a minute. I think the age is already used in the above sections. Wait a minute. See, now let's run again. See, Bob is an adult. You can see the output clearly. Okay. Now, any other things missing now? Objects completed and many more. Yeah, we just missed two topics: arrays order list and the another one object key value pairs. Okay, let's check the arrays order list now. Yeah, see, now let's check the arrays order list now. Yeah, see, here we can see that here in the arrays order list it is nothing but item. You can see that first. Yeah, in the arrays order list here let fruits is in the array we said it is in the square braces. So in the square braces there is three types of different fruits. Here when we need to call a specific fruit name, we need to call like with address. Okay, if in the case if we do not have any address of this fruits, we need to call all the array, all the output will come. In that we need to check the what should we need. Okay, in the arrays we didn't do like that. Okay, in the arrays we should do with the help of index numbers. Okay, in the arrays the index number starts with 0. Here the apple index number is 0 and banana is index number 1 and orange index number is 2. So when we need to call a apple fruit, so we need to call with its index number. What is its index number? It is a 0. So fruits 0. Okay. Then it will be the printed apple. If in the same case of fruits 1 it means print the banana, fruit 2 means it will print the orange. It is the same condition. Okay. If we run, it will print banana, apple, banana, orange. Okay. See, apple, banana, orange. Yeah. Okay. Let's check it out. Anything missing? Yeah. Looping through an array. Now, looping through an array. Now, okay. See, for let I equal to 0. Let's assume I equal to 0. I is less than fruit dot length. I is less than fruit dot length. First of all, we need to understand what is mean fruits dot length. Length of the fruits array. Okay. The array fruits array length is 1, 2, 3. It is a 3. So the length of the fruits dot length is 3. So I is less than 3 and I double plus. It means it will continue the process and printing the outputs until the I is less than 3. It means I equal to 0. Then the process will stop and it will exit the loop. Okay. Now let's see what will be the output. I equal to 0. It means I equal to 0 means what? It will print first of all what is the I equal to 0? 0 index number is apple. So first of all it will print apple. Then I equal to 1. So it will plus the value 1. It will plus. So I becomes 1. So here I equal to 1 means it will be the banana. So it will print banana. Next orange. So the output will be printed apple, banana, orange as the same. Okay. See now. See again it's printed. The first one is this and the second one is this apple, banana, orange. Okay. Now next one వచ్చేసి objects key value pairs. We just missed this. Yeah, objects object key value pairs. See, now we can see the output also. Yeah, see, in this object we have three types of information. It is make, what is the brand, and model, and also year. Okay, in the I also said, when we are using or when we are accessing the information in the object, we use dot with their name. What is the variable name first? Car, and the dot, and what we need in the information, that variable name. So if I need the make, if I need the model, okay, if I need the model of this car, okay, I need to use car dot model. If I need year, I need to use car dot year. In the same way, if I need make, I need to use car dot make. So here is the how should we use. Okay, the output will be like this. Okay, let's see the output. See here. Wait a minute. It's just so clumsy. Let's remove it. Let's go through the object key values. Yeah. Now see, it will be the output like this. It is neatly clearly visible. Okay, Toyota, Camry, and 2020. So it will be visible like this. And the last topic we missed in this session is array of object. What is array of object and how can we write is array of objects? Okay, wait. Yeah. See here you can see the output. What is coming now? See, array of object is nothing but same thing like a object key value pairs. So here there is some difference. Here in the array of object, let courses, and in this object we have multiple information in the same line. Okay, in the single line. It is not like a single object. It has a multiple objects in a single array. Okay, it has a multiple objects in a single array. So here is a three types of objects in the course array. Now, when we need to call, when we need to call, we should use like make Toyota. This is the objects. Now, here we need to print. I said already, if we want to access the array elements, so we use the index number. In the case of it is an object, we need to use dot make or dot model or dot here like that. Okay, in that same way, when there is both arrays and objects in a same code, we need to use both of them simply like this. If I need to use like a, wait a minute, if I want a first line, first brand name, so I need to use course. First brand is it is what is the index number of first? It is a 0. So course 0 and make dot make means what? It is an object, so we are accessing through it. Simply say one thing. Now, when we use course in the square braces 0, it will go to the first line. And when we use dot make, it will access the make brand. It means make means what? It will access the make information. What is the make information here? Toyota. So it will print the Toyota here. Here is the same reason how it will all, if it, sorry, it will all work. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm just rewriting the all code for you from first onwards. Okay. See, I'm just typing. Okay. Okay. So I'm just removing the console.log. Okay. Defined is not discussed. See here. Now I entered all the topics what we have discussed here. Okay, you can use this code to practice. See, string, number, boolean, array, object, and functions, conditional statement, loops, operators, array ordered list, loop through array, object key value pairs, and array of object. Okay, I have what we have discussed until so far. The all the examples for that. Okay, see, you can take this, you can practice. Okay, you can learn. Thanks for watching. Meet you in my next video.